everybody, Rasati, your friendly neighborhood Rasati out here on the Night Owl podcast. Yes, it's 10 o'clock in the morning in Singapore on a Tuesday, but it's all good because I wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys anyway. So today, it took me a little bit of time to process as always. Like this, just oh my gosh, there's so much going on in my brain right now. And yes, yesterday I told you I would have several podcast episodes dropping because there were so many things I was trying to sort out, but then we had another hiccup. So it's all good. I'm still here. I'm showing up every day, just not the way I want to show up yet, but that's coming down the pike. So y'all stay tuned. Anyway, so let's get into it today. Today, I want to talk to you about the fact that people are really not sure of how to set boundaries, of how to give consent, how any of those things. And we're talking sexual harassment here, mostly because if you can't say no in sexual situations or even like situations that kind of go left all of a sudden, you're probably not being able to set boundaries in any other situation either. So y'all already know I do once a week classes with my girl Chantel of Wild Love Nation, and that's live on Instagram every week. It's normally a Wednesday or Thursday Singapore time, which is normally a Tuesday or Wednesday night in Canada. Anyway, so the point is we do this class, right? And it just so happens that even though we do the classes, it doesn't mean that we're pros. It doesn't mean that we've, mastered everything. We don't have these situations pop up in our lives anymore. We still have people try us. And that's something I want to talk about today. So we had a big get together the other day. Everybody came out for drinks. We hadn't seen each other in a while. It was the first gathering of 2020, and it was really, really great because I hadn't seen these people in so long. Sometimes you meet up with the same people over and over again, but the rest of your team, it depends on their schedules, and you don't get to see them as often. So it just so happened while I was in a group of people, I think we were taking a picture or something, and one of the young gentlemen came up and gave me a hug, which is fine. I love hugs. I love giving out hugs. No problem there. He gave us a hug. We were posing for the picture, and y'all already know, like sometimes it's a little awkward, but you normally have your arm around somebody, on their shoulder, on their waist, something like that. But no biggie, right? We were taking a picture. So go to take a picture, and suddenly I had to adjust his hand. And it was something as simple as adjusting a hand, mostly because I didn't want him to get the wrong impression. I did not want him to think that, slightly dropping his hand a little bit was okay in any way. He needs to realize and be aware of what he's doing at all times. So that one small movement changed the way he reacted to me the rest of the night. And I felt really badly because I wasn't trying to upset him, but he needs to understand. I didn't verbally say anything because people within earshot, but I did do what I thought was best. Something as simple as moving his hand back up to its original position, because he needed to understand that where it was headed was not okay with me. I'm not that girl. Don't try me. Today ain't the day and I ain't the one, basically is what I was trying to tell him. But like I said, it shook him up a little bit. He was not used to people setting a boundary like that. And I understand alcohol was involved. I understand, you're cool dude or whatever, you're well known, all these things. But like I said, today ain't today, and I ain't the one. You're not going to try me like that. And I wasn't aggressive anyway. And I continued to stick because we were still taking pictures at that point. I adjusted his hand. I left him be there. And then we took the picture and I went my merry way. The point being that it took me 30 something years to get to a place where I didn't flip out, I didn't punch him in the face, I didn't make a big damn scene, I didn't tell him off afterwards, I didn't go off for years and years on end about everything, I didn't go off and tell everybody in the world what was happening. I adjusted his hand, and that was it. That was enough for me. Now the response from him, unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not even sure how to take this, but he was very apologetic, and I get it. He wanted to go on and on for the next, I think it was the next couple of hours, actually, on and off. He would complain and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? And he was looking for confirmation. And while I did give him confirmation, it's like he wanted to continue talking about it. So that part was also a little, I don't feel so comfortable, but you know what? I'm going to do the big thing. I'm going to do the big sister thing. And I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. You need to hear that, no, it was not okay. You need to hear that I noticed what you were doing. You need to hear that, yes, I caught you. And you need to hear that, yes, I have forgiven you if you will just let this go now and adjust your behavior. So that is the part that people don't always understand. I adjusted his hand, right? I let him know that this was not okay. But going forward from there, it's almost like he wanted me to make it like it never really happened. He needed to ease his guilt. And I get that. But the point being that the only way that you can show me that you are truly sorry, that you truly understand who I am and what the fuck I'm about, is for you to adjust your behavior. And I get that. It's going to take a little bit of time. That awkwardness that happens after is because I continually have to work with this person. That's going to take a little bit of time. He's going to have to understand that we're not going to be bestest friends, not that we were in the first place. We're not going to be close like we were before anyway, but I'm going to hold you with a certain level of respect because you've earned it. And also, I'm going to keep you at arm's length because I've earned that. That's my space. That's my sacred space. This is how I protect myself. So I need people to understand. You don't have to flip out. You don't have to tell the world. You don't have to tweet all over, social media. You don't have to, put people on blast to let them know that, hey, this is not okay. It can be something as quiet and as simple as moving a hand. That's enough. That's it. As long as they get the message loud and clear, that's all that matters. The other thing is I needed to point out the fact that I've never in my life met people who can actually look at a picture of me and notice that something was off. Later that night, I had a friend of mine. I'm not really close with him either, just friends through social media. Met him a couple of times because we worked together on a project. But he happened to notice that one of the pictures that I posted was not me. It did not look like me. He knows the essence of me. I'm a pretty bubbly person. I smile, I laugh, I talk to people. I look like I'm at ease in every situation because it comes from my eyes. It comes from my aura. You can see it in the way that I move, the way that I speak, the way that I am. But in the specific picture, he noticed that, hey, you look a little subdued. And I do want to give a shout out to that young man because it's not everybody that actually notices anything about me. People notice the things that I post. People notice the vibe that I'm giving off. You sit in front of me, you will, I'm sorry about that. You will, get the vibe that, this is a peaceful space. You are safe. You can speak up. You can, let your hair loose. You can vent, whatever you need to do. And I will be there to support you, to sit with you, to show that, what is that? Is there a word other than support? I don't even know. But to basically be there with you, to witness your life, to be there right by your side if that's what you need. So here I am trying to figure out, how in the world he actually noticed this, but I went with it because no one really does. And when he noticed it, it kind of let me let out the air that I was holding in my body because I felt like I had been tense ever since having to move my hand. Having to move this young man's hand. So when he actually noticed that, I was able to kind of let loose and let someone else be there for me, which is a big deal for me. I don't always do that because I don't always know who I can trust. So for him to even notice, that made a big deal. So I'm telling you guys out there, okay? Please set your boundaries. It doesn't have to be verbal. You don't have to tell anybody off. You don't have to put anyone on blast. It's easy. Just let them know, hey, this is not okay. And the second thing is notice. If you notice someone is off, if you notice that their behavior is different, the way their posture is different, maybe they're, speaking a little bit different, maybe they're more quiet than usual, they're sitting in a corner, not sulking. I'm not saying they're sulking, but they're just a little bit off who they usually are. Notice, say something. It could mean all the difference between a life lost and a life protected. So please, you guys, all of these things, as subtle as they may be, mean a lot. And I need you guys to notice more because that's why you have eyes. That's why you have senses. That's why everything is a frequency and energy. This is how you feel and understand and get to know each other better. So in the meantime, I love you guys and I will catch you guys later. Bye.